Just catch some of that. Just catch some of that pull-up banter for the record.
Yeah,
Fire pull-up banter, and then as soon as we
Yeah,
talking,
true.
we already talked about everything.
Yeah.
So we're just like, oh, Dante.
So you working tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm working tomorrow, dude.
That's exciting. I mean, you probably gonna be
Yeah,
rusty.
The gods have determined that my hiatus of fucking low life, no manual labor is over.
Do you know the date of your last labor?
Dude, I mean, it did shut down hard because of the pandemic.
Yeah, true.
Right? And then I was living on the pandemic money.
Yeah.
And then after that, but there was a couple shifts.
Oh
in
shit,
there.
you haven't worked since. Oh yeah, I thought there was a couple.
There
right?
were, but it's different when you.
Yeah.
You know,
you're really in it
when you like gotta.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, people should work. Yeah. What about you? What you been on?
Just at the
been
gym,
working?
stand up. Yeah, you know, same old.
Nice.
Trying to go in a little bit.
Yeah.
On all this.
What you were looking? You were trying to read more Paradiso?
Yeah, I got a couple cantos, but I've been on the Columbus.
You've been on the
this
Columbus?
week.
Wait,
Yeah.
dude, that's so funny because we're both on like Discovery books.
Yeah,
now.
true.
The Ennead's like that too.
Yeah, it's the. Yeah, what you've been doing the.
Yeah, dude. So what happened was, I mean, I'm still working on the thing I'm working on.
Yeah.
But like, it's just been like a floodgate. So once I finished Paradiso, then I just started. You know what really got me going was that Borges you sent me. That Borges.
Oh, for real?
On Dante.
Yeah.
From Essays and Fiction.
Yeah.
Or no, is it just?
It was the nonfictions.
The nonfictions.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been honestly reading so much of that Borges.
Oh, really? Just the Dante essays? Are you
No,
looking
other
around?
ones, too.
Yeah.
I might try to read the whole thing, dude.
Some of them are real cool.
That was one epiphany I had.
Dude, did you read the Absalom one?
I did read the Absalom.
Yeah,
one.
that was a good one.
Yeah, he'll read
And that was
so
like
much and say something so short.
1937.
Those are jumping around. That one was pretty early.
Yeah,
before the
yeah. So
Absalom.
so he was one of the early
Right.
Faulkner readers.
Exactly. Less than 10 years after.
No, that was the year after that he did
Absalom.
that. Yeah.
Less than 10 years after Sound of the Fury.
Oh yeah. But
those ones, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
He translated one of them to Spanish.
Borges is funny. He'll write about something and be like, I'm not gonna lie, like
Yeah.
I didn't even really. He did it about Ulysses.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie,
he didn't read the whole
I didn't
thing.
even like. No one's read this. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, I've read it, bro. But no, Borges has those not that nine. Is it a 9 stack?
Yeah.
Of course, it's a 9 stack.
Nine Dante.
See, because this is why Borges is sick. Borges is justifying my like crazy magical thinking
Yeah.
and numerology. He's totally on that.
Yeah,
dude.
he is.
He's totally on that.
100%.
100%, dude. He's doing graphs. And
Yeah.
some, he's doing fucking ratios in some of them with diagrams.
Yeah.
But what I realized was that this week, as in my Dante like investigation, this past week has been for like going back to the fathers, going back to the guides, because I realized how much like in that
Yeah, what are you learning looking at Virgil?
Okay, because like, well, the thing is like, you know how like Bolaño's kind of like my guide in one of my books,
for sure.
You know, Borges is his guide.
Yeah,
it's his
that's right.
And Virgil is Dante's Virgil.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at both of them this week. But I just realized I had to go understand what, like I had to run. I mean, I'd read it before. I have markings on all the big parts.
Yeah.
Of the Ennead. Of
Oh,
Virgil.
for real?
Like
but you don't remember it.
Well, dude,
must have been a long time ago.
No,
huh?
it was the same time I read the Dante. It was right before I left for my walk.
Oh shit! So it's been
over about 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
About 10
crazy.
years,
Right before your walk.
Exactly. But what happened was, once I started finishing the Paradise, then I started having to look at the Virgil as well. I mean, so it's like my connect into Virgil was so like Dante is 1300.
Yeah.
He's thinking about he sets his book. Well, so he's thinking about the ideal he's trying to get back to.
Yeah.
Is religiously Christ, or like in human evolution.
Yeah.
Trying to be like Christ, and then that's the ideal, right? And then the ideal politically is Caesar Augustus.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The state of Rome.
Yeah.
That allowed, that what's it called? The fullness of time. This moment, because he was 13. No, he was like 14 to Caesar Augustus was like 14
to like 63 or something.
No, because it was a different Augustus, but it was not more than 33.
Oh, that's right.
So we're talking years of literally Jesus' life.
Yeah,
it was like when Jesus was 14.
Wait, when was Caesar assassinated? That was in 64 BC or something like that.
Well, there's different Caesars, but they're all Caesars.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Julius.
Oh, okay, yeah, Julius.
And
Julius.
But the Pax Romana is, I think it was like 63 to 14.
63 to 4 BC.
Yeah, 63.
BC.
Yeah.
Okay. I might not have that totally right because there's so many Augustuses. Obviously, maybe Tiberius was during. Tiberius is the one who was during. Tiberius was the he was
one,
like he
Christ.
was like, with Christ. But
Yeah,
he was like a bastard, like a stepson.
Yeah, isn't Tiberius Nero?
Yeah, Tiberius Nero. Yeah.
Wait, that was a Caesar that crucified Jesus? Oh my God.
Yeah. So if you look at his years, he's like 17 to like 37 or something.
Yeah.
Of Jesus' life.
Yeah.
Right? So like basically Dante is looking back at a time where they're a product of whatever came after, obviously. And it's all fucked up.
Wait, when is Virgil?
So listen, Virgil is 44 BC to 19 BC.
Oh, okay.
He's only 20 years before Christ.
So that whole time that's during Augustus Caesar, right?
Exactly.
That's the
So that's why he's Dante, and he says everyone's spiritually corrupt now.
Yeah.
You're not like Christ. Let's look at the root.
Yeah.
The city is ruling like a fucking bunch of dumbasses fighting each other. Let's look at the ideal.
Yeah.
The one person, and especially like, we were saying last week, like now with like the idea of being able to rule justly being like completely out of the window.
Yeah.
You know, like none of us are like, who will rule more justly?
Yeah, true.
Like everyone
assumes there's no just rule.
Yeah, exactly. But what it's defined by is by not having wars.
Yeah.
By having relative peace. But then Virgil's right before Christ, and he wrote from BC 29 to BC 19. It took 10 years, and he died. And
is that what it took?
That's how long it took.
Yeah.
Yeah, to write it.
12 years?
10 years.
29
years. Before Christ to 19 before Christ. And he's thinking about 10,000 years before.
Wow.
That's when the Troy happened.
Yeah.
10,000 BC. And then Aeneas, so it's the opposite. Maybe you already know this already.
Yeah.
But it's the opposite side of Homer, Homer in the Iliad. And then he flees and starts. Yeah. So he's looking at the foundation of Rome.
Yeah.
Right? Anyway.
So that's what. Wait, what is in Borges? He has one about Ulysses, right? Where he's talking about how.
that one,
I mean, we were on that wave with Dante.
Which one?
The Dante and Ulysses is connected. Like Dante sees himself as fulfilled, like being a good Ulysses. I think that's what Borges.
Of
the Ulysses in Inferno.
You're talking about the original Ulysses. Yeah. Exactly.
I'm talking about Odysseus.
But it's from Virgil. You're talking about,
from the Odyssey. And
you mean in how Dante talks about him?
Yeah, when he's in hell.
Exactly, because you said Ulysses and Borges obviously has like
Joyce
Ulysses,
my bad. Yeah, no, I mean
but that's also told from Virgil's perspective, which is the Roman versus the Greek perspective, right? Or the Trojan perspective. So they pull up and conquer the city with
Well, this is the Ulysses thing is what got me all crazy about Columbus.
Oh, the Ulysses thing.
Yeah.
Because obviously, just as Aeneas is taking off on the boat.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Dido story. You know the Dido story, right?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah. You go. Tell me about the Aeneid.
Well, just
what is it? The
just
Aeneid?
that part. Yeah. Just that part was like weird. Like
he had to leave Dido, right?
Yeah. So he flees from like Turkey, Greece.
Yeah.
I mean Troy, and he whips it out, and also all the stuff with like the gods. Like what was tripping me out was like I've been thinking about like, them going from planet to planet, like Saturn, Venus. Saturn. Saturn's the last. Jupiter, Saturn. But then those are the Greek gods.
Yeah, true.
Right? And so Jupiter is Zeus. And Saturn is and Juno is Saturn's the old god.
Yeah.
And Jupiter
is the new god?
Is the new god in Greek mythology. Like, Zeus and shit. And then they're just the planets and how Virgil tells it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And then But then I started getting I mean, I got deep and I was thinking about the Saturn Jupiter conjunction.
Yeah. 6 to 7.
Because the Jupiter passes 6 to 7.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Because they're the 6th and 7th planets.
6 and 7 planets and they all correlate to the days of the week. I was just getting into it like that, and then obviously Juno, and then Venus is there, Mercury's there.
Because when that was 2020, right? What was the date of this Jupiter Saturn?
Well, yeah, the Jupiter Saturn conjunction. Was
talk
December
about that.
21, 2020.
Okay.
And that was literally the day I finished Fuckboy and went out to.
And when was the last time it happened?
And it happens every 20 years, but it's only been this close twice in the past 10,000 years. And it was 1626, which I haven't totally figured out the meaning of, near Vico.
Okay.
A little before Vico. But then, I mean, Dante's talking about it. That's why I'm bringing it up. And he says he was born on a year in 1245.
Yeah.
But the day it was really close was 1226, right before him, which was right when Thomas Aquinas was born.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but Jupiter passes Saturn as he's the new god.
Yeah.
Right.
So he
replaces Saturn.
This is Dante replacing Virgil.
This is Dante replacing Virgil.
Is that how he sees it?
But in the conjunction, Jupiter's going faster and it passes Saturn.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. There's something weird about all that. But basically, and then once I really figured out what the Dido story was, right? Like he leaves and then he ends up in Carthage, which is like Egypt.
Yeah.
It's over there on the bottom part. And then and then Venus makes Dido and them fall in love, like kind of protect him.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "You gotta, because Dido kept coming up and stuff in the Dante, and he's like, "You gotta, don't forget your mission. You have to go start Rome, and then he leaves, and then she wakes up.
Okay,
herself.
Related.
And I just finished that chapter.
Yeah.
4
of
book.
Okay, so
and 6 he goes through the underworld with her.
Oh shit! So you're on book 4?
I just finished book 4. I started.
So.
5.
I was looking back at Canto 5 of the Inferno today because I'm doing the vertical.
No, this is
no, I know.
Oh, okay, bet.
And Dido's in there.
I know.
Right, that's the one with Francesca.
That's an important one.
And it's important because did you read the Borges essay when he says like that's Dante envisioning him and Beatrice's connect like
exactly
in a way that's really what he wants is to be with Beatrice there. But this is where Dido's related. Okay.
So, you gotta explain that better.
So okay. Borges says that
Canto 5. You said Canto 5.
Yeah, Canto 5
of the Inferno. The beginning, the first circle, which is lust.
Well, yeah,
the first.
This is the first real sinners he sees.
It's the second circle of hell, but it's the first one real circle because the first one is limbo.
Yeah. Okay. And so the wind's blowing all lust. Crazy, right? The wind's blowing all crazy, and there's these two. Lovers trapped in a fire. He passes, right? Helen of Troy. He passes Cleopatra. Yeah. He passes Dido.
Yeah.
And he sees this woman, Francesca, right? She's in the flame with her.
And Paolo.
Francesca and they're in the flame together.
Yeah.
Because they were reading a novel together. It was
called Fuckboy.
Exactly. She was married, and he was a little lover. Right, and they're reading this together.
She was married, and he was,
And the
Paolo, hot ass Paolo, both they're reading Sally Rooney together, dude.
And the husband
all worked up, dude.
And the husband they got to a certain page where they did no more reading that day.
They did no more reading that day.
They
get and then what happens? The husband pulls up
and
kills
them.
Both of them.
Yeah, brutally. Right. So Borges is saying that. Beatrice is kind of like this fierce, like in reality, she's this, scolding, terrible creature, right? Yeah. And he really, in his mind, and that's why he gets so worked up because he faints at the end of that canto.
Right.
He falls like a dead body falls.
Dante does right in the beginning because he's feeling all this stuff about.
He's weeping with pity and grief for her,
for Beatrice, the real woman in his life who died 8 years before.
But this is the thing. If you follow the fives is all about the perfection of the will.
Is that right?
It's the perfection of the free will. Yeah.
6 is all political.
But this what Dante's doing
5 is
with
the perfection
Francesca.
Of the free will. Okay.
Francesca is his carnal Beatrice, and he got to leave her behind. That's why he falls dead in that canto because.
He got to stop being all lusted.
Yeah, exactly. Because in his mind, that is perfection with Beatrice. Because Francesca's not even upset really, if you read her whole thing,
Yeah.
she's not even upset. She still feels the same way about this guy that she felt
she
before on
doesn't blame
Earth.
Anybody.
Huh?
She blames everybody but herself. That's
Well,
what Hollander
but
says in the intro.
the thing about the
she blames the book.
it's the book's
author,
fault.
the god, Venus.
Yeah. But also, she doesn't even, she's not even sweating it like that. She really feels for Paolo the same thing she felt before, but it's because she doesn't even realize the true good that's out there.
Right.
And that's what Dante was before in his idealization of Beatrice. Right? He didn't even know what kind of goods there were.
She's just like, I wanted to sleep with him and
they're in love. They're in love, right? They don't even know anything about God's love, and they're still in love.
Wait, have you read the Aeneid before?
No.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. First of all, the idea that this stuff is like so obvious. It's because I just have a whole different significance. Everything's hitting different.
Yeah.
You know, like, but just the idea that like there's this extant story.
Yeah.
Of like the Homer and of the Odyssey and the Iliad, and then Virgil, and they're all like, you know, it's like somewhat unclear. It's, you know, these oral stories.
Yeah.
You know? And then Virgil just individually, Borges talks about that.
Yeah.
It's like he's just an individual writing the other side.
Yeah.
Writing from the other perspective. One soldier who escaped. You know.
Yeah.
The siege city. It's kind of you know. It's like, anyway, it's kind of sick.
Yeah.
But yet.
And that's what Dante's doing too.
Right,
He's picking up all these loose threads and writing the other end.
Right in the other end.
But this is okay. So this is what.
But the
Ulysses thing, right? Ulysses is telling this story about how he sailed past, and he describes this perfectly, right? And the route he's describing his sailing is from Italy through the Strait of Gibraltar out into the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay, yeah.
Which is the exact route that Columbus had to go through to get there. But the reason he did this is because in 1294 or in 1291, these two brothers, the Vivaldi brothers from Genoa, where Columbus is from, right? They tried to do that voyage. 1291? They tried to do that voyage out to the Atlantic.
Died in 1292.
Exactly. But Dante knew about this voyage of these sailors from Genoa trying to go to the Atlantic, and that's what he's writing about.
Okay.
And then Columbus finally completes the exact voyage Ulysses was trying to do.
What the fuck?
Columbus completes Ulysses' trip.
What?
And
that's how America.
Yeah, exactly. And you see that Ulysses is looking for the earthly paradise, right?
Right.
And Columbus talks about he's pulling up and he can't believe how beautiful everything is. There's flocks of parrots in the sky. He can smell cinnamon and flowers wafted over from
he's pulling up the paradise.
Exactly. And that's what he thinks too. Eventually, he starts getting like in it toward his last voyages when he gets crazy.
Wait, when was this?
This was 1492 was the first one.
Of course.
And he starts thinking later that he becomes obsessed with finding the real earthly paradise because he thinks he's real close. So he's trying to find the Garden of Eden. He's doing Ulysses' exact trip. And Dante knew about those sailors from Genoa.
Wow.
Right? So Columbus is just completing that.
So what is this you're reading?
So this book is...
Four voyages.
Yeah,
it's his journals?
No, part of it. So this dude compiled it and translated all this. And it's Columbus's logbook with like a biography that Columbus's son did of him and like some letters, but it's all contemporaneous accounts. But it reads like a novel.
Whoa,
you know?
Crazy, dude.
And it's sick.
Damn.
But that's how I've been thinking of it, is that he's Ulysses completing that trip.
But
and Dante had the exact geography right, because he was thinking about that. He was thinking about a sailor from Genoa going out to the Atlantic.
Right.
That's exactly what he was thinking.
Dude.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, but here's another thing. What Borges says, I love everyone. I love connecting the similar. I love that idea that Davenport has of the three traditions: the classic tradition, the northern tradition. The classic tradition is Greeks.
Yeah.
Northern tradition of the knighthood and stuff, and maybe some Scandinavian stuff getting there. I'm not sure. And then the Magian tradition.
Of
you
like
know what I'm saying?
Arabic and
the
Orient.
Arabic. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But damn. Oh yeah, but he's saying here's a chapter on the Scandinavians. Borges does.
Yeah.
And he says that Eric the Red
yeah.
and shit pulled up, and I think this is what William T. Volman's book, the Dream Cycle of the 7 Dream Stories. I read the first one. That's called like the Red Shirt or something like that. And it's about like Eric the Red. It's all set in like 900, 400.
And when they pulled up to like Canada.
Pulled up to America, yeah. And they were just like, oh, what the fuck? And then they just like left.
Well, also when they pulled up there to some fucking cold ass wasteland.
Okay,
right?
Yeah, okay.
It's not like an appealing thing to pull up to. Meanwhile, Columbus and them boys,
they straight up cut across.
They're going to this land. They can't believe how beautiful this shit is. The trees they've never seen, birds they've never seen, island full of women they've never seen. Everyone's naked.
But see, you're like Virgil and Dante right now because you're reading the origin discovery story.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's what they're both doing.
Yeah.
They're reading and writing it.
The discovery story.
Yeah, of the place they're in.
Yeah.
Whoa,
You're right,
dude.
And it's funny they were all. They're all Italians, right? It's all that same region.
I mean, that's part of the thing I'm realizing is I'm just like, dude, the Roman, and also that's another thing I'm thinking of, the idea of being like late in a dominant empire.
Yeah. Okay.
And is it even worth trying to be nostalgic for an idealized time in terms of how you can live as a human and love correctly, or and how you can rule and coexist,
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm looking at, like
You
comparing
think Dante's
America
being
to the
nostalgia?
Roman. He's definitely nostalgic.
Yeah.
He believes that
it was better back then.
Yeah, and we could return to that time.
Yeah, that's true.
And yeah.
And you wait. Columbus's dad was also part when Columbus was a kid. His dad was part of this political party.
Italian too,
it's so close. Florence and Genoa are so close. They're right there on the coast, next to each other.
Dude, what is up with that? And that's another thing. Then they're talking about Circe, and I'm looking at the exact place, from Setse, like it was right there. It
was right there.
Yeah, right there, dude. I could have, and I almost walked. Yeah, I'm gonna save that for you. But I almost walked there one day. So. To the water, and you can see Circe's Island right there. It's not a real island. Yeah, it's called Circe's Mountain. It's like it was like an 8-hour walk to the water. It's straight to the water and then down a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah. What the fuck, dude? Hey, going to Rome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously, yeah.
Yeah, and it all comes from Rome too, and that's Wow. Yeah, but they're so close. Columbus and Dante were so close geographically.
Damn.
But Columbus's dad, when he was a kid, was part of a political faction that had a huge falling out, right? And Columbus was basically in exile his whole life.
Dude.
He never went back to Genoa, right? He was living in Lisbon and out at sea and in Spain.
Here, dude.
Huh?
Yeah, because you got to get exiled in order to push yourself to do something great, dude.
Yeah, you can't be let back. Joyce got exiled too.
Damn.
Right? They can't let you back.
Virgil, wasn't he too?
Was he?
I think so, dude.
Yeah, what I don't know Virgil's biography like that.
And then Aeneas is pushed out of his land.
That's true.
Dude, but it's so crazy because like I can tell like it's so funny how I marked up the fourth book from back then. I'm like, oh, like in my head I'm like reading all fast, like yeah, for sure. And I'm like, oh, he got to leave his girl.
Yeah.
God said he has to leave his girl now. He has to go on his mission. And she's all crying.
Yeah.
And I'm all like, oh yeah, this is I don't know, but now I'm just like, no, this is fucking I don't know. It's so, and then the parts when
tell me about it. Why does he leave his? So he's been there for how long with Dido?
I mean, the time is a little bit unclear. He like So basically, like, and here's another thing. Okay, another thing is like Venus. So Venus is his mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's Venus's son, and Juno hates him.
Yeah,
and they're trying to fuck with him, and she is Jupiter's sister and wife, and Saturn's daughter.
Okay,
so she's like Jupiter Saturn conjunction.
Yeah,
she's the meteoroid in between.
Yeah,
she mad, dude. No, I'm just like I'm not. No, but then she's trying to fuck with him, and then basically he leaves, and it's said in the fucking scrolls that he has to go found Rome.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's said in the scrolls.
So yeah, so he
knows he got to found Rome.
Kind of, but like he doesn't. So that's another thing. And then they come down to him and tell him to do stuff, and he's like half dreaming, having a vision.
Yeah.
And at the end, Dante sees God and has a vision.
Yeah.
and has to try to act on it.
Wow.
Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wait.
And it's the same kind of things.
Yeah.
Like, and then I woke up and, you know?
Yeah.
And, but basically it starts out, he's pulling up and he's about to crash in Carthage, you know? And they're throwing storms at him.
Oh, while he's sailing.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn. So he's a sailor, too.
Yeah, dude. I mean, because you learn this. Then he pulls up. It starts out, he's in a storm. They're throwing storms at him. He's trying to and he touches down. And it's Carthage. And then she invites him in. And then they have and then she's like, oh, damn, he's looking kind of good, you know?
Yeah.
And then they and then
So
there's
she's
two
the princess
chapters.
of Carthage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 2 chapters of him telling, and then they ding, 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 ding. And he starts telling 2 chapters of stories of everything he's been through.
Wow.
And she's with her friend Anna, like, damn, like she's like, his chest and arms were like looking so good. And I can't, you know, he's like, he's so famous. I've heard of him from all his battles, you know? And then and then his story, that's 2 and 3. And then all this time he's retelling the whole story of fucking Wile E. Shiesty, Ulysses, them bringing the Sinon, who's in 30 of Inferno.
Okay.
He's the one who they bring in the horse of Troy.
Yeah.
And he tells him the whole lie of why they need to bring it.
He was the one that
who lied.
Yeah.
He's in there with the fraudster.
Oh, okay.
In 30, and they're all arguing with each other like, you fucking made fake coins. Like, you lied the whole war, you know? And I didn't really get that last time, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, and he's telling that whole story, and then like them peeling out, and his like, because his son is so, he has to leave his son and his wife.
Yeah.
And peel out of fucking of Troy.
Okay.
And he gets a boat and he starts whipping it, and he crashes out on like one nymph island.
Yeah.
And they're all and then Scylla and Charybdis. He passes Scylla and Charybdis. And then eventually he crashes out on Carthage. And then and also and Venus is all like, I'm gonna make them fall in love.
Yeah.
So then like she's trying to make them start. She's like, I think she like start the new nation there. Or something like that, or protect him, you know. And he impersonates as his son, and he's like, Aeneas' son.
Yeah.
And then like that's when Dido's all like, damn, like he's such a good dad.
Yeah.
You know. And he's like telling all this stuff, and then they like, she has them like be by themselves, and a storm hits, so they have to like nestle up together and
shit.
Stuff. Yeah.
And they gotta leave her.
And then someone else finds out. I think like Jupiter's like, what are you talking about? Like you have to be in a. And then when Venus has a message, or Mercury is one of the messengers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but then Mercury is Hermes.
Yeah.
So shit is just crazy, dude. I'm trying to figure out but basically then they're like, you got to go to Rome.
Yeah.
And she freaks out, dude.
Oh, she does?
She freaks out.
She don't want him to leave.
No, she doesn't want him to leave. She freaks out. And she got a tough past where her ex, basically, Dido's ex, like, her brother wigged out and killed him.
Really?
Yeah. So she's like a widow. She's a widow.
Because her brother killed her ex?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a Pygmalion.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Pygmalion's a brother.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But that.
Where's that? And then basically, she's freaking out and she sees the fucking ships leaving.
Yeah.
And he's all crazy. It's all crazy. He's
he
like,
doesn't even say anything to her.
Yeah. She confronts him.
Yeah.
Dude, this chapter is crazy, dude. It was like fucking kind of intense It's kind of intense.
Yeah.
And then he's all like, I wasn't trying to hide. Like I just gotta go. The God said.
The God said.
And then like she's like, what the fuck? Like stay longer. And then there's like some heavy parts where she starts to like, she's like, I shouldn't have never. And her friends are like, yeah, you should totally go with him. Like, you don't need to be a widow your whole life.
Oh, because she could have gone with him.
No. Like in the beginning, like, you should be with him because, like, you know.
Yeah.
And she's like, I've not held. I've not held faith.
Damn,
I swore.
Poor
yeah, and then she climbs on the mountain and fucking murks herself.
Really?
Yeah.
And then Dante put her in hell too.
And then 6, they go through the underworld together.
Wow.
It's just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
Right? And then I think 7 through 12 is like,
Yeah.
is the founding of Rome. And then he even mentions in here, like, he tells the last story of the last guy who died Apollo.
Yeah.
But not Apollo. That led to the foundation of the Pax Romana. So it's like a clear lineage.
Wow.
You know
It's crazy how much this stuff is going back to like the original stories and old
But that's the thing. The stories just happen
Davenport
over
talks
and over
about that
again.
a
I
lot,
know,
going
I know.
back to like their original sources.
Exactly, dude.
But
Yeah.
that's in Canto 5, the Inferno. That's Dante seeing him and Beatrice as Aeneas and
Aeneas and Dido.
Aeneas and Dido
So like exactly.
in the fire.
So that's
They're in the
lust,
fire.
the first circle.
But what
and
what does she say?
That crazy story of them falling in love and then getting killed by the husband. I guess that mirrors Dido getting maybe her Sychaeus or whatever. The first husband.
The violent death too.
Her husband kills him, and then she
Because violent death is a big part of it. Because if you look up, like, if you go to Purgatory, right? Purgatory 5 is all about violent death.
Okay.
It's unrepentant before violent death. Everyone's getting like
violent deaths.
And
yeah.
but there's one thing so it goes, right? They're talking in the fire in Inferno. Francesca's talking out of the fire.
Yeah.
And in that whole area, it's windy as hell, right? They're getting blown because their will is blown back and forth.
Yeah.
You go to Purgatory, and like the third terce set is talking about you got to be like a strong building in the wind. That's how you got to be. That's how your will has to be.
Yeah. Exactly,
right.
Exactly.
And then in Paradise 5, it opens with the fire of love is the first line of it. The fire of love.
So
the real fire of love.
Right.
Is in Paradise,
I was
right?
just looking at that. 5.
How does it open? But
nice.
Francesca doesn't even realize that what fire of love is possible, right? And Dante didn't realize it either when he was there, but now he's seeing it with Beatrice in Paradise, and it's the perfection of the will, right? Free will being strong.
Yeah. You hitting those damn, what are they called? Vertical readings.
Yeah, the vertical readings.
That's tight, dude. Yeah.
Wait, what did she say?
Well, listen to this, dude.
She goes, if I flame at you with a heat of love beyond all measure known on earth, so that I overcome your power of sight. Do not wonder, for this is a result of perfect vision, which even as it apprehends, moves its foot toward the apprehended good. It's the perfection of the will. You see the good and you seek the good right away, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and Aeneas
been getting better.
Aeneas' will is strong. He got a good will, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's also like they're all fucking with him all the time.
The gods are.
Yeah.
They're trying to blow him
I was
away.
Joking. I was spiraling because now I think I'm Aeneas.
Yeah.
You know, because also my name is in his letters, Aeneas Sean.
Yeah.
It's almost an anagram. So like, I mean, it's just like you think you're everybody, but
no, it's
but
true.
I mean, it's
like,
crazy, dude. What the fuck, dude? Like literally, and that's literally like me. I pull up. I'm like, this is literally, I really am like Aeneas.
Yeah.
I'll pull up, I'll crash out on the island, and then I'll be like, yo, you want to hear all the things I've done?
Yeah.
I fucking went through this. I went through this. People are like, damn, you went through a lot of trials.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, but this line's crazy. After she dies, they say, then Juno pitied her, long sorrow and hard death, and this is after Dido dies, and from Olympus sent Iris down to free the struggling spirit from her entwining limbs. For as she died a death that was not merited or fated, but miserable, and before her time, and spurred by sudden frenzy.
Oh my goodness,
dude! See, this is a thing though. It's like,
oh my goodness, that's crazy. It wasn't a fated death.
No.
Wow.
Sudden frenzy. By sudden frenzy.
Wow. That's crazy.
It's crazy, but like. I don't know, dude. I'm so glad you sent me that Borges, dude. Like,
yeah, the Borges is good, huh?
Because, like...
Wait, where were his other Dante? So he had the...
they're on my phone.
He had one about the griffin and stuff, right? In the Paradise...
Oh, yeah, he did. See, that's another thing, like... It's funny. It's funny how, like... I'm going to be citing some Borges in this essay.
Nice.
I'm going to be disagreeing with him.
Yeah.
But it's funny because he's like...
But all of them are so short too. Like the way he compresses them.
He reads so long and then says so little.
Yeah.
And this actually has to do with all the shit that's been going on with whatever, just the backlash to the piece a little bit that I wrote, is because like it's so interesting because like what happens when you like find the allegorical structure to say something that like matches some of your biographical details, like the range of like imaginative like imposing it allows the reader is like super vast. Do you know what I'm saying?
True.
So it's like Dante, because like Dante is writing about Beatrice, and it's like simultaneously the woman that he kind of longed for, that he talks about in Vita Nova when he was a child, who died, you know, like who died in 1292. It's 8 years before the fucking Inferno was set, but 20, 30 years after, damn, he's an old man thinking about this girl he, you know, but he liked when he was little, you know what I'm saying? Or he had from a distance. But then simultaneously, it really is that like medieval idea of like a manifestation of like the divine in human, you know that. So then like for Borges, he's totally imposing his own stuff on it.
Yeah,
where
because you know he had a big heartbreak.
I bet he. See, I knew, I could tell, because and that's what's so beautiful about what he writes about it. He goes like, he's like, I think Dante just constructed this whole elaborate pattern
to meet her,
so that he could just imaginatively meet Beatrice. No. It's good. It's good though. But
because wait, let me tell you about his.
So he could
girl.
encounter Beatrice again. So what happened with Borges?
So
his heartbreak.
He was dating like the muse of the Argentine literary scene. I don't even remember.
Shit,
I can't think of her name, but they were like, I mean, he was head over heels, and he's a little nerd, right? And she's all hot. And then they go to a party together.
What?
And some dashing young writer comes and takes her dancing away, right? And
oh my God.
And then he's
That's
all
when a monster
pining
was
after
created,
her.
dude.
And he wrote A History of Iniquity, I think was his first book, and he dedicated it to her, right?
Oh my God.
And she
Such
wrote
a
a
good
review
book.
panning him. And
Wow.
And the book sold like 17 copies or something like that.
Wow.
So she was always he was always pining after her.
Wow.
So yeah, he would think of it like that.
He would think of it like that.
Because he's thinking, that's why he's talking about Canto 5 like that, because that's really what he would want. He don't want a scolding Beatrice telling him that his book was bad.
Exactly.
Right? He wants to be all cuddled up.
Yeah, exactly. He wants to be all in a fiery. He's like a toxic girl. He wants a fire.
Yeah, exactly.
He wants a fiery back and forth all the time. That's what he's saying in that. A type of Dido type fling.
Yeah.
Or Francesca and Paolo type fling versus longing.
But that's not what Dante wants.
But that's not what that's about, dude.
Yeah.
Like the Beatrice idea, that idea, those are the main idea. It's like giving a model for how to there's some divine in man, the divine in man.
For sure.
That idea.
The incarnation, that's the main idea of this whole thing.
Exactly. The philolique, exactly. The incarnation, the philolique.
But even before
controversy.
Before the Christian incarnation, right? The fucking Virgil's all full of the divine in man, right? Aeneas is the son of God.
Oh, right, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So they already
applying it to the Christian idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the Christian idea just evolves from that in a different
way. Exactly, but not always. You know, it's not in the Old Testament. There isn't the idea of that.
No, there's none. The gods are talking to the man, and they're separate.
What is that? What is the manifestation of it that he gives? One is this idea of this like divine beauty in a woman. That's a medieval. Yeah. That's these little esoteric boys.
Oh, you think that's a part of the incarnation of seeing the divine in the lady, and your lady. Oh,
that's
you're right.
The idea. No, that's the idea.
That's the love poems.
That's those love poems. That whole weird kooky movement. That was the idea.
You're right.
But there are also a bunch of little boys just like get whipped off one. You know.
Yeah.
But Beatrice getting more and more beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's like there's something just glowed and divine about like
the exaltation of that.
Yeah, and just like a type of love like that.
Yeah.
Right. Or you feel like you're in a good state when you're on one like that. And that's what the Christ act is. It's an act of love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But another manifestation of that idea of literally the divine in man, is, looking clear-eyed at the reality of the world. Is this whole initiation he goes through, looking clear-eyed at the reality of the world, and then like ascending in your own way, in your own search, and then confronting face to face the God, having a vision, and then falling back to earth, and then trying to get the Holy Spirit to breathe through you and share it with everybody.
Yeah, well,
and this is what keeps happening in this, and this is what happens to Dante.
That's what Columbus did too.
Damn.
And Columbus thought he was like, he thought the whole thing was God ordained, right? He was sure that the whole time that God was telling him to go over there.
Right.
And, the first trip went okay, right? They didn't, they were, like the second entry in his journal, when he meets these guys, he's like, these guys will make great slaves.
Whoa.
Like he was always thinking about it in those terms.
Yeah.
Right? But, they didn't really... they didn't hurt nobody. They took a couple guys back, right?
Okay.
What really started happening is the second voyage when he comes back, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, there's," and he thinks there's gold there. There's no gold there,
right.
But he never stopped thinking it was Asia, either. Even though they told him, like, even the natives were talking to him. They were like, "This is an island," and he's like, "No, it's not. It's China."
That's hilarious.
And but when he came back,
Chinese.
the second trip he had, instead of 3 ships, he had 17, right? Okay. And that's when motherfuckers started getting crazy.
Damn.
Wait, let me... Yeah, we late in this. Let me read you one of the comments by one of the guys.
Damn.
But it's crazy just, like, thinking of this in line with Dante and Virgil
crazy,
and all this.
Dude. But, dude, it is the divine quest, the divine mish, dude.
Look at this.
On the page or at sea?
This is one of the lieutenants in the boat, the admiral. His son everyone always calls him the admiral.
Damn,
right? Which is Dante
Mutus.
calls Beatrice that too.
Oh yeah.
I gotta read McCroll in light
Season of the
this.
Admiral.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
But at one point Dante says
exactly.
Beatrice was like an admiral.
Right.
But he goes, while I was in the boat, I captured a very beautiful Carib woman whom the Lord Admiral gave to me. When I had taken her to my cabin, she was naked, as was their custom. I was filled with a desire to take my pleasure with her and attempted to satisfy my desire. She was unwilling and so treated me with her nails that I wished I had never begun. But, to cut a long story short, I then took a piece of rope and whipped her soundly, and she let forth such incredible screams that you would not have believed your ears. Whoa, eventually, we came to such terms, I assure you, that you would have thought she had been brought up in a school for whores.
Whoa,
so,
dude.
These are like... Some of these guys are savage sailors, right? It was like...
of course, dude.
And what was funny is, like, how... Columbus was a dude who... He was just, like, educated at sea, right? He was on a boat when he was, like, 12. Right. And that was his whole life. Right. So he goes over there, and he sees these canoes and shit like that.
Yeah.
And he sees them navigating around. He's like... Oh, these people are actually really intelligent. The natives are really intelligent. You should see how they navigate with these boats. Okay. Like he writes that in his journal.
Nice.
And then the second voyage, there's a doctor along on the ship. The doctor, right? The educated guy. Yeah. And he was like, these guys are the dumbest guys there are. Like there's no intelligence here. You know what I'm saying? Columbus could see it because he saw... He's out here.
Yeah,
exactly. He knows what it takes to be
fucking navigate.
Like this. Yeah.
That's what that dude. That's. There's part of that beneath all all this. It's just like, don't talk. If you're not out here, don't talk to me, bro. Don't talk to me, dude. Yeah. Don't talk to me. Shit you don't know about. You know what I'm saying?
Is that doctor? Your doctor?
Yeah, you doctor. Get back in the fucking library.
Yeah, exactly.
Go study some fucking. Go look at some fucking graphs, bro.
Oh, there was this. Oh wait,
and that's yeah. But dude, yeah. Well, yeah, that's
this line that I was just on. This is in his second voyage, right? And his son's writing this. He said, "The admiral was utterly exhausted, both by poor food and because he had not taken off his clothes or slept in his bunk from the day he left Spain to 19th of May. That's from September to May. Oh, wow. He hadn't slept in his room or taken his clothes off.
Damn.
And at the time when he wrote this, he had been sleepless for 8 nights on account of a severe illness. So, they're out there. Like,
damn. Exactly, dude. But dude, I'm always saying God told me to go fucking
Well, I mean, maybe you know, maybe you can found Rome in a different way. Dante did it, right? You know.
Oh, I already made. Yeah, but see, that's another thing. It's the fucking. It's exactly. It's the war. And he's fighting the war to fight so that there could be no wars in the future. That's it. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or like he established a place that created the Pax Romana.
Oh, so he's trying to establish peace because he just been to a brutal fucking war, right? He was just,
exactly. But yeah, then he keeps having all these omens. I already said that. Did I say that already?
No.
Oh yeah, he keeps he is. And you know, Amelia's always saying to me like, "You have bad omens.
Yeah.
You have many difficult omens."
Yeah.
He's always having omens.
Wow.
Aeneas, you know what I mean? Like the storm's always getting him, and yeah, dude. And it's sick because basically like every single person I'm just like going hard on this glossary, like reading every person. You know, it's like
wow.
But nah, it's crazy, dude. Like that shit. This whole Dido story is fucking. But I really do kind of feel some like. Shit happens over and over again.
Yeah, that's true.
And like, I don't quite know what it means, but it's and then her chest, and we telling the stories over and over again. Yeah, and then I was going a little more into the Aquinas. Yeah,
so there's 12 books.
There's 12 books. Yeah, but the first.
Paradise Lost is 12. Too.
Wow. See, the vision stunned Aeneas, struck him dumb. After Mercury comes down and talks to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I had a vision because that's the end. That's the end of Paradise.
Yeah.
I'm struck dumb. I can't say anything about what I just saw, dude.
Wow.
Because he's cold visions, dude.
He's getting struck little by the first time he faints is in that Canto 5 in Inferno.
What did McDonald say? You gotta have a vision. You gotta be a visionary, dude.
You gotta what is Milton says in Paradise Lost? I'm trying to write something that no one has ever written before. I'm going. Muse help me go past everyone.
But that's quoting what Dante says in Vita Nuova. He says, "I'm gonna write about something about a woman that's never been written."
Yeah,
before.
that's right. Everyone
just wrote that down.
See that's.
Are you trying? No, that's the. But that's the damn Columbus. That's the Aeneas impulse. I'm about to go found a whole new place, dude.
Yeah, the Columbus. You know, the problem is when all them guys got involved. You know, no one wanted to found his trip, right? And then all them guys got involved, and that became a problem.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's crazy. Dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Just the first person rants about that.
And
I'm thinking I'm about to. Yeah, go ahead.
No, but it's just like, and it's funny. See, because I was on this Columbus from that Paul Metcalf book, that Genoa. The Melville's great grandson,
interesting.
Where he was writing about Columbus and about Melville and how they're related, right?
Yeah.
And like how Moby Dick, like Ahab says, whoever spots Moby Dick first, I'm gonna give him this doubloon, right? And then he ends up
doubloon. What's that?
Like a gold fucking coin, right? Yeah. And he nails it up to the post, and then he ends up being the first one.
Okay.
There's controversy about who spots it first, but he claims it for himself.
Got you.
And Columbus did the same shit, right? He said, whoever spots land first, I'm going to give him a reward. And then he sees like a little flickering flame or something, and someone else sees land the next day, and he was like, I seen it first. I seen it there yesterday.
Yeah, he's a little tyrant of his fucking domain, dude.
Yeah, he's lying to his oarsmen, right? He's telling them they're not traveling as far as they are.
Damn. Yeah, can you be a just ruler when you're the king of your kingdom?
Yeah, that's the big question.
That's the big question.
Yeah,
that's the question.
The king of any kingdom.
King of any kingdom.
The kingdom, if the ruler ain't just, the kingdom's corrupt, right? It's.
Yeah, we are. I say you can't give up hope in the just rulership. But yeah,
but if Virgil was writing under the Pax Romana, then is Dante see himself as his own just ruler that he don't or maybe God is his just ruler. Yeah. Cuz
God is his just ruler. Yeah, and he's nostalgic for that time.
Yeah.
Right?
So he's not writing. He doesn't see himself as writing under any peace except
he's
God.
saying everyone's fucked up right now.
Yeah, you need
everyone's
vision.
Everyone's acting completely. He's like, I'm just gonna follow Mary. I'm gonna walk up and down these stairs, pray every morning to the Virgin Mary. That's why she's last.
Oh shit!
Pray to the Virgin Mary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah. And then there's that idea we were talking about before of like the importance of the fact that he puts the emperor that ordered Pontius. Yeah, the Justinian's in there.
Yeah.
He's ranting about this. Justinian's ranting
about
this on.
his 7 emperors. He has his
right, and he puts Tiberius in there, right?
Yeah,
because if all these people coming out of an exile and then doing something crazy, like if you didn't have, if Christ didn't get betrayed, all humanity wouldn't be redeemed.
Yeah,
that idea is like.
That's true.
It's an important story because if you don't know, that's what faith is. You don't know why what's happening is happening for the longer thing, and it pushes you in a different way.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you feel like Aeneas, surrounded by bad omens, got a bunch of gods up there fucking with you, or you feel like Job. You know what I'm saying?
Or
ship just begin.
No, the
realer,
canto that I'm on Paradise is St. Francis. When Aquinas tells the story of Francis. I love that.
I love that one, dude.
And
that one's sick. The sun.
So
dude.
I was reading this one vertically too, right? I mean, 11 in Inferno is kind of like, I don't know what to make of it.
Oh, yeah.
But 11 in Purgatory is about fame on earth, right? Remember the painter or whatever who made... And Dante's like, you're that fucking painter. You did all them beautiful arts. And he was like, nah, not me. Someone else did them better than me.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's the one about...
the famous part. Fame is fleeting. Like
what's the green? The green changes every season.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And so that's the ephemeral fame. And who is it in Paradise? The secret exemplar of fame is Francis.
St. Francis,
right?
Yeah.
And because you see in the notes... nobody had more biographies than St. Francis.
Exactly, dude.
But he gives up his life to poverty. And his fame, he don't even appear.
Right.
St. Thomas tells about him, right?
They tell about the opposites, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the perfect fame, right? He don't even care about his fame. He's not even there to appreciate it, right? He gave up his life to poverty.
I'll let y'all kids fight it out in
front of his...
dude.
And, wait... And but in Purgatory, I think they were all concerned about like their family lineages and stuff. And St. Francis rejected his in front of his father, right?
Exactly.
He made his Lady Poverty his bride, who had no husband since Christ.
She's
Christ.
Yo,
She's
yo,
Christ's
I'm
widow.
Eskimo bros. I'm Eskimo bros with Christ right now,
He's
dude.
the only one. Nobody else.
St. Francis, yo, damn.
It's so funny.
It's so funny, dude. Lady Poverty's only been with St. Francis and Christ.
Francis.
Truly, damn. She's actually pretty chaste if you think about it in the grand scheme of things.
That's a pretty good
roster.
roster.
That's a pretty good roster. Not a lot of guys breaking down the Tinder inbox of Lady Poverty.
What's he call it? And there's a weird line in there that Arbach had a whole essay on one of the lines. It was about the gate of pleasure.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, Arbach loves being like, well, if we're truly incarnated, then we should enjoy women very sensually.
Yeah.
And this is God. And we're like, Arbach, you perv. No, it's not. Because that's what Matthias Bourmuth told me about Arbach. Is that like if you read all those essays, they often like make these cases for like love. I mean, he's always humanist.
Yeah.
I mean, he's literally German writing in like what's about to be Nazi.
Yeah.
He's a Jewish.
He's in exile. Well, not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Yeah,
but he has to go to exile too.
So he's always really humanist and really good and shit. But then he's always like about being in love and stuff. Yeah, and shit's what he was saying. He was exiled in like Turkey or something, and like was in love with like some like Turkish woman.
Oh,
that's what Arbach was saying. I mean, Matthias Bourmuth was saying. It's like it sounds like somebody else I know, brother.
Yeah,
sounds like somebody else I know. Sounds like Aeneas, honestly, dude. Damn, but pulled up to the. That's what I think. Like, when you find the direct corollary for the story that the old story is retelling, of a part of your life, that's when a book hits. Dude.
Yeah, for sure. That's what Joyce did too with Ulysses, right? That's the whole thing.
Exactly. When you ousted from a place and you gotta go to, you gotta pull up in the new place and then. Yeah, that shit's crazy, dude. But I'm liking reading that. Yeah, I mean, Borges setting the bar so high. I gotta read.
Yeah, the Borges those little essays. He's so good. And then what else? What he had the one about the all the philosophers in the castle, right, where they're all quiet, they can't talk to each other, or that all they do is they're.
Oh yeah, I read that one. Yeah,
they're quiet in the canto.
Yeah. You talking about when all the poets are in the beginning?
Yeah. It's like
he had a sick one. I mean, he had a sick one on Angel. He had a one on Angel because a lot of them ended up being kind of about Dante, even they weren't in the nine Dantes. Like there's like an old medieval text that Dante's referencing from like the 5th century, of like
the one about the bead. Did you read that one?
Read
the
that
Venerable
one too.
Bead? Yeah.
The Venerable Bead. Yeah. That was that the same one?
No, that was the one where the dude was having the visions.
That was dude. See,
this
is. This is a big part of it.
But there's another one about angels.
Exactly. That's a different one. The idea. Yeah, he was. That was a 11th century or something like that, where maybe 8th century, where it was a list of all these people who had visions of God, who had died and come back from the dead.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Right. And
see, Borges is always looking back.
He's looking back at the magical thinking of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, dude, don't even get me going on like, I got a secret reason that probably won't make it light of day of what Jupiter and Saturn mean.
Yeah, is that right?
I don't know, dude. It's just weird.
A secret reason?
Well, I don't know, just the conjunctions and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like that was such a crazy ass time, but that was like enacted some reenactment of like the old story somehow. Going to Rome, start during the time, because that's the thing. I think at those moments of the conjunctions is when the old father that's been ruling for a long time gets surpassed by a new jolt of energy. Yeah, and that was like December 2020.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But damn, what was I saying before that? Fuck.
You want to take a second?
Yeah, let's take a second.
Yeah, let's break.
Pause it real quick.
Let's do it.
They are the best parts.
But the Borges shit, that when no, I was just thinking like, it's funny. The Venerable Bede is writing. He's writing a history of England, right?
I got it here.
And and he's putting in these ecstatic visions and stuff like that.
All these random people who reported. It's damn near like a. Like, now you see those books about people with near-death experiences, which Tao was really into looking at those. Yeah. He was reading a bunch of people of first-person testimonies of near-death experiences.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're like that. People who claimed seeing God and God told them to do something. Because that is the crux of what Dante is. The end of it says that.
Yeah.
The whole thing was a vision. The ending was a vision.
Yeah.
So this is like 8th century or something.
But like, it's funny how Dante is building on everything else and doing his own thing. Like he's building on Virgil, he's building on the Bede, he's building on Guido Cavalcanti to do something different. And that's like Columbus is building off the Genoese voyage that didn't work before him. Right. And all that. Like you're part of this lineage.
Virgil's literally taking one peripherally mentioned person from the loser of a war and telling his whole journey.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine.
See that? You're in the damn ecosystem.
You're always in an ecosystem, dude.
That's the only way you
embrace
build anything.
That and dig deeper into dig deeper into the ecosystem.
Yeah, fucking Dante doesn't hide for a second his ecosystem, right?
No.
Virgil's his fucking guide.
His ecosystem is the subject. It's the
exactly.
fucking scaffolding of his piece.
It is.
That sounds kind of familiar. What else? Damn, he got funny stuff about Cervantes. I like how he says that. Like, he kind of disses, like, Borges kind of disses, like, the kind of, like, hyper, in a way, I was, like, in my head, I was thinking he's dissing, like, hyper lished out, like, bars.
Yeah.
Like, hyper style, stylization. He's like, dude, the classics are, like, not written good. Like, Don Quixote is, like, not good, dude. Like, look, but that's why it's good.
That's why it's good, because it's not good. That's
he's
funny.
like a masterpiece. What does he say right here? This is actually kind of a bar. It's called the superstitious
ethics of the reader.
Wait,
and his titles are so good too.
Yeah, that might not be it. Yeah, wait, that's right here. Yeah, he says he's Cervantes. One need only review a few paragraphs of the Quixote to realize that Cervantes was not a stylist, at least in the current acoustical or decorative sense of the word.
Funny.
And that he was too interested in the destinies.
There you go.
Of Don Quixote and Sancho
to
allow himself to be distracted by his own voice.
See, that's
a bar, dude.
Cervantes is another
faith.
Exiled person, someone who. But dude,
this is exactly the conflict I feel with people. It's like, bruh, everything is like it's like it's like the spiritual point of what you're writing. It's not some other shit, some other like acoustical decorative game. You know, oh yeah, and he's talking about all the different types of nymphs. Yeah, he crazy. Wait. Oh, yeah, he's telling some history of a siren. I wanted to find that bead part. Yeah. Oh, listen to this. To the right of the valley, the man in... Oh, he's talking about the angels? A man in Northumbria? Oh, yeah, this is the bead.
Oh, yeah, that's the bead. That's the bead, yeah. That's his vision.
His vision,
Oh, yeah.
So he talks... It's a report... To the right of the valley that seems without end, torrents of sleet and ice punish the damned. In Dante.
Ice, the vision of ice and hell.
So he took that it was repeated, something else. The Epicureans in the third circle endure the same affliction. Okay, this is what the man of Northumbria, this is a person that this guy from the 8th century was reporting all these random monks and stuff who had
in
visions.
England. He did the ecclesiastical history of England.
Ecclesiastical history of England.
Who's in paradise?
The man of he's briefly mentioned in paradise. The man of Northumbria this is like, I'm doing what Borges is doing now. Yeah. Basically, Borges read Dante and just starts reading all the things Dante mentions.
Exactly.
But that's sick when you write a book like that. That maybe that's a new city, dude, when you create a whole bunch of... The man of Northumbria is plunged into despair by the angel's momentary abandonment, as Dante is by Virgil's, and he compares it to Virgil. Right. And then he goes, basically he says, he says just what I said earlier of things happening. Did Dante ever read Historia Ecclesiastica? It is highly probable that he did not. In strict logic, the inclusion of the name Beda proves little. But basically he's like, right, he ends it by saying, whether or not Dante knew of the visions recorded by Bede is less important than the fact that Bede considered them worthy of remembrance and included them in his book. A great book like Divina Commedia is not the isolated or random caprice of an individual. Many men and many generations built toward it. To investigate its precursors is not to subject oneself to a miserable judgery of legal detective work. No, it's to examine the movements, probings, adventures, glimmers, and premonitions of the human spirit.
Oh, that's it.
That's
it.
it. That's
so good. That's so true.
That's what you were just saying.